to win. That's all I live for, really. When you lose, you're easily forgotten. And I don't think anyone want to go to their graves forgotten.
Today, Michael Jordan is a billionaire, since he is one of the most popular basketballers ever to walk the earth. It's very easy to imagine that he made a huge chunk of his wealth while playing basketball. However, in his highest earning season as a basketball player, he only earned about $33 million, but today, he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. In today's video, we'll be looking at how Michael Jordan makes his billions, his lifestyle, how much exactly he is worth, and how he spends those billions. Before we start, smash the like and subscribe button. Also, turn on our post notifications. Have you done that? Great, let's start. Michael Jordan wasn't just a popular NBA player. He is widely regarded as the best to ever play the game. He won the NBA championship 6 times as the most important player on his team. But today, Michael Jordan is winning a different kind of championship. You could call it the Money League, and he is calmly resting at the top of it as the richest sportsman ever. No one even comes close. Today, Jordan boasts a $2.2 billion net worth. You may think, well, that's a lot of money, but it isn't a jaw-opening amount. After all, Jeff Bezos is worth about $200 billion, so Jordan's net worth isn't that important. Of course, that fact is true. There are a lot of people richer than Jordan. Well, not a lot, but enough. However, compared to the former sportsmen and women, Jordan blows the rest of them away by a country mile. The next richest athlete after Michael Jordan is Vince McMahon, and he's worth only $1.6 billion. That's $600 million less than Jordan is worth. The athlete after that is Ian Triok, and he's worth a whole billion less than Jordan. After Triok is dressage rider Anna Kasparez, who's worth only $1 billion, a whole $1.2 billion less than Jordan is worth. It's clear to see how rich Michael Jordan is, but how did he get this rich? He surely didn't earn an awful amount of money from his illustrious basketball career. In fact, throughout his career, he only made $97 million in salary. Sure, it made him a millionaire, but it never made him a billionaire. So, how precisely did Jordan get his money? The short answer to that question is shoes. The long answer still happens to be shoes, 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 shoes. When Jordan was a player, he got an endorsement deal from Nike that was too good to refuse. It was so good that Jordan, who had never worn a Nike in his life and was hoping to sign with Adidas, decided to sign with Nike. And that was the beginning of his riches. His first deal was a $7 million deal over 5 years. Unsurprisingly, that was just the beginning of the immensely profitable relationship that Jordan was going to have with Nike. After his first deal, Jordan signed a new deal that made sure he earned about 25 cents for every Jordan shoe sold. That doesn't sound like too much, does it? Well, Nike was selling over 1 million Jordans every few months, so it was a lot of money. Later, he signed a deal that made sure he earned about $4 for every Jordan shoe sold. It's little wonder between 2002 and 2012, Nike paid Michael $480 million in shoe royalties. Today, that amount has nearly doubled. Jordan earns about $100 million in royalties alone every year, and that's why he's a billionaire. He simply got an offer he couldn't refuse and ran with it. However, Jordan didn't get rich from just sitting home and receiving paychecks from Nike. He also invested his money smartly by buying a minority stake in a team called the Charlotte Bobcats. In 2010, Jordan bought out the next biggest shareholder of the team and owned about 80% of the team. As the Charlotte Bobcats grew and were renamed the Hornets, the value of Jordan's investment grew. And in 2019, he sold a piece of his stake to hedge fund managers Gabe Plotkin and Daniel Sudheim at about $1.5 billion. It's clear this is a lot of money, but what does Jordan use it for? Does he spend it on women, a yacht, or does he buy weird pieces of art like Nicolas Cage? Let's find out. Real estate. The first thing that Jordan spends most of his cash on is real estate. Like so many other billionaires, Michael Jordan owns a lot of property. He lives at an opulent 26,000 square foot mansion in Jupiter, Florida. The mansion is located in the very exclusive Bears Club community. The community is a golf lover's paradise that was built by Jack Nicklaus. The mansion itself has 11 rooms and sits on 3 acres of prime real estate. Interestingly, it isn't extraordinarily expensive. Sure, it costs about $4.7 million, and Jordan spent an additional $7 million on a renovation. But people who aren't half as rich as Jordan routinely live in homes that are twice as expensive. Aside from his home in Jupiter, Jordan also owns both a lakefront property and luxury condo in Charlotte, North Carolina. He also owns a property in Salt Lake City, Utah. If you thought that was the end, well, you're wrong. Jordan owns a mansion in Chicago's Highland Park. This mansion stands out amongst Jordan's properties because he reportedly built it from scratch and decked it out with the most amazing things. For example, it has a PGA quality putting green, an NBA NBA standard basketball court, a wine cellar, 9 bedrooms, 19 bathrooms, tennis courts, a fitness yard, a card room, and a cigar room. However, it seems that Jordan wants to sell this property. Sadly, it has been sitting on the market for about 6 years, and it's on sale for about $14.8 million. Security. Jordan may wish he was just a regular guy with a lot of money, but he isn't. He's a superstar, and superstars don't just walk around without security. His security team doesn't come cheaply, and it reportedly cost him about $1,000 an hour to stay safe. His codename among his security personnel is Yahweh, which is the Hebrew name for God. That sounds about right. Private jets, yachts, and cars. How do you know a billionaire? They never stop talking about their private jets. And that's the same thing with Jordan. Well, the private jet owning part, not the talking part. He owns a Gulfstream G550 that bears the Jumpman logo and a call sign of N263MJ, which is his jersey number, number of championship titles, and his initials. Jordan also often charters a yacht called Mr. Terrible, but that's obviously what you would do when you're worth $2.2 billion. The yacht, as you'd expect, is magnificent. It has 8 cabins, a basketball court, and many other yachty stuff. Aside from Mr. Terrible, he also has an 80-foot Viking Yacht Company fishing boat he keeps in his marina. Jordan has bought a lot of incredible cars. Some of these cases include an Aston Martin DB9 Volante, Cadillac XLR, Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren 722 Edition, Range Rover, Ferrari F99 GTP Fiorano, and a lot of others. He also has a Porsche 911, although we wonder how he could even manage to fit in the car. Golf. You're probably thinking how Jordan's love for golf could even come up here. Sure, he loves playing golf, but how much could he possibly spend on it? The answer to that question is a lot. When Jordan got tired of waiting for his turn at private golf courses, he decided that he would build his own, and he did. He built his private golf course, aka Grove 22, in Hobbs Sound, Florida. It's also safe to assume that he's played in all the most exclusive golf courses in the world, and has bought all the most exclusive golf-related things in the world. That would certainly cost a chunk of money, but it's probably a small fry to a billionaire. Gambling. Yes, gambling. Michael Jordan seems to have only 2 vices. The first is cigars, and the second is gambling. Jordan is such a big gambler that he's known to bet thousands of dollars on just a single round of golf. Some even said that he once took $500 from a fan after winning a bet at a charity golf tournament. Jordan's gambling addiction gets even more remarkable. Did you know that he is a bejeweled demigod? This means that he was able to reach level 100 on the video game Bejeweled, a feat that only the most addicted ever manage. Did you know that he used to gamble on games like Sudoku? Exactly. Philanthropy. It isn't all pretty women, fast cars, private jets, and golf with Michael Jordan. He also spends a fair amount on philanthropic activities. In recent years, Jordan has stepped up his philanthropy. He has given grants and funds to different foundations like Hurricane Florence relief efforts, the NCAACP Legal Defense Fund, the Institute for Community Police Relations, and the American Red Cross, Make-A-Wish, Friends of the Children, and more. In 2017, he spent $7 million of his own money to fund 2 Novant Health Michael Jordan family clinics in Charlotte. Before we get to the last thing Michael Jordan spends his money on, be sure to share this video to your friends and family. We're the right plug for your latest celebrity gossip. Lawyers. You don't just earn $2.2 billion in a vacuum. There's a certain level of wealth that you have that you naturally start to attract, well, lawyers, because you tend to get into a lot of trouble. That's just how the world is. There's no single billionaire in the world without an army of lawyers that wait on their every word. The world of extreme wealth is dog eat dog, and there are always people waiting to drag the richest people to court over perceived slights. That's why the richest people hire the very best and the most expensive lawyers. This is especially true for Michael Jordan because of the Jordan brand name, which fetches him all the big bucks. There's always some company somewhere that's looking to make a quick buck off the Jordan name, and Michael Jordan's team of lawyers are always on hand to frustrate such efforts. For example, in 2016, Jordan won a case against a company that was using his name. When he won the case, he donated the winnings to charity. Good guy, Michael Jordan. That's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons. Goodbye, and remember to stay safe.